Now that Donald Trump is no longer taking the Democrat slings and arrows, leftists are making it their mission to deprogram 74 million Americans and their children who voted for him. Get ready for the radical leftist wrath to be on full display. I'm Dr. Duke, she's Katie, and this is The Dr. Duke Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Dr. Duke Show, the only program that keeps you educated on the craziness impacting K-12 classrooms and college campuses around the world. Now more than ever, conservatives need to support one another. All of our content at Freedom Project, including this show, is made possible by donors. God knows we're not monetizing this with the tech companies. So please consider supporting us with a one-time, tax-deductible donation of $100 to our Patriot Club. Please head over to patriotclub.us, that's patriotclub.us, to show your support, and we'll ship you one of these sterling, not really actual silver, but one of these sterlingly effective tumblers. All right, Katie joins us now with a look at the death of our republic under the name of health.
Uncle Sam doesn't want you anymore, but the far left sure wants you to be deprogrammed. And now they are led by President Joe Biden. And he doesn't even know what's happening, so those who control him are doing their best with their old man marionette. Comic books are real life, as the Avengers prove that Thanos lives and he desires nothing more than to snuff out half of the American population, all in the name of social justice. Be gone, all you who want America to be a country. If you did not and do not want to protest or riot in the streets with Black Lives Matter. If you believe free speech or that any part of the Constitution is valid.
Oh, snap.
Make sure you share this video if for nothing other than the snaps. Moving on. Joe Biden is the president.
You know, it's kind of emotional for me.
I understand that fact may upset some of you, so Vice President Kamalama Ding Dong made her fake attempt to squelch your worries. January 20th, 2021 will mark a new chance to heal, rebuild, and strengthen our democracy we all cherish. And fulfilling the promise of this moment will require each of us doing our part together. Yes, January 20th is the new April Fool's Day. Mark it on the calendar. Now, if you believe we are doing anything together, you'd be sorely mistaken based on what we've all been witness to during the past 4 years, and especially these past 2 months. But I shouldn't be so skeptical. According to Ding Dong, just keep the faith. Which faith that is, I don't want to know. Now, Ding Dong may tweet that we are doing our part together, but her actions speak louder than her Willie Brown Twitter fingers.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage, but...
Yeah. Well, actually, the nonpartisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator. You supported the Green New Deal. You supported Medicare for all. You've supported legalizing marijuana.
But she doesn't support more than 74 million Americans, those who voted against the guy she is likely to poison so she can become president. Conspiracy theory? Maybe, but we just found out that there is coronavirus and ice cream in China. And you know how much Joe Biden loves China and ice cream.
My name is Joe Biden. I love ice cream.
I'm an ice cream guy. Is the ice cream down that way?
For the record, CNN put that seductive music over the top of that video, not me. They really do have an infatuation with him, and especially his cone. Back to the point of you being deprogrammed. The left has ramped up their calls for you, me, and anyone who wants to keep America to be deprogrammed. That's their word. You should basically have any way of life stripped from you because you don't support communism or the Black Lives Matter organization. But most importantly, if there is any connection to Donald Trump, it's worse than 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, and you can't cut loose. Exhibit A. Harvard students are calling for any alums who allied with Trump to lose their college degrees. The Chicago Sun-Times believes that there must be consequences for anyone who supports Trump. And if you are in the fake stream media, you believe that Trump is leading a terrorist organization. And just for good measure, you were also a racist, a Klan member, and a Nazi.
Get out of the crowd.
I wasn't in the crowd. I just voted for Trump.
You're in the crowd who voted for Trump. If you voted for Trump, you voted for the person who the Klan supported. You voted for the person who Nazis support. You voted for the person who the alt-right supports. That's the crowd that you are in. You voted for the person who incited a crowd to go into the Capitol and potentially take the lives of lawmakers.
Lemonhead. But then, oh then, we had to listen to comments from Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi as they claimed on Clinton's podcast that Trump and Vladimir Putin encouraged the insurgents to invade the Capitol.
I hope historically we will find out who he's beholden to, who pulls his strings. I would love to see his phone records to see whether he was talking to Putin the day that the insurgents invaded our capital. But we now know that not just him, but his enablers, his accomplices, his cult members have the same disregard for democracy. Do you think we need a 9/11 type commission to investigate and report everything that they can pull together and explain what happened?
I do. Let me, again, to your point of who is he beholden to, as I've said over and over, as I said to him in that picture with my blue suit,
right,
as I was leaving, what I was saying to him as I was pointing rudely at him, with you, Mr. President, all roads lead to Putin.
And with those two, the highway to hell is broad and its gate is wide. This is where you tell me in the comments that I'm in love with Trump or that I hate Trump, depending on your perspective. Now, I'm not a Trump apologist, but a realist who has seen that the right to difference of opinion and the right of free speech are in deep peril. So if you are like me, you are lumped into this entire polarized load of bullshit. You are lumped into the Capitol rioters because you have a loose connection, the simple having voted for Trump, or if you didn't vote for him, but that you think he is not the devil reincarnate. If you're like me, here's the truth. You just don't want the lefty loonies to terrorize your life. That left, which is controlled by the education elites, with their truth disseminated by the media pundits, and controlled by the big tech overlords. They like to lump things, race, class, gender, so they lump you into being a Trump cultist because it's easier than actually having to discuss with you real diversity of thought. We only want diversity of skin color, and at that, it can't include pale peach. That's why they want you deprogrammed.
And the question is, how are we going to really almost deprogram these people who have signed up for the cult of Trump?
Katie Couric said that on Bill Maher's show, and it was after she had just gotten done speaking with Dr. Stephen Hassan, who wrote the book, The Cult of Trump. This may have been where she was programmed herself.
But for me, the real sign of a cult member is the inability to see the possibility that the leader could be bad or wrong.
So basically, these people.
There's a Hispanic-looking cop, a white cop, and a black cop, and another black cop, and you guys yelled another black cop, and you guys yelled cops and Klan go hand in hand. How does that work? Do you know how that works? Me neither.
Cops are racist, the Klan is racist, and that's all the more we have to say.
We can disagree, but we're not here to get violent with anybody.
That makes one of us. If you get away from these cops, I will end you.
If I what? Wow, what an aggressive statement.
Yeah, those people. I get that Dr. Hassan is hawking his book, because that's what all book nerds will do, because people just don't read on their own for natural curiosity purposes anymore. But I want you to hear this next statement he gave about how Trump began running said cult.
But also exposed his children to a cultish, Christian-esque type group that was very magical thinking, believe and you will succeed, doubts is evil.
Bingo! If you are Christian, you are into magical thinking. If you believe you can succeed, well, that's actually repressive, and being confident in yourself makes you a bigot too. Meanwhile, here's some more magical thinking.
Hi, I'm Witter Fantasy, unicorn correspondent for Cosmopolitan.com.
You can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
But do you think that there was deliberate interference in the election?
Yes. And I believe it began 8 years ago with the systematic disenfranchisement of more than 1 million voters.
Joe Biden has claimed he will serve a presidency for all Americans. But his puppeteers have their own plans. They have already programmed Joe, and they're working on you. It's your choice, for now, to fight against it. And for the record, I'm not inciting anything in the way of physical violence. And it probably doesn't matter since this is probably already censored anyway. Share the video, please. And until next time, stay healthy, America.
All right, now joined by Tina Griffin, the counterculture mom. Tina, thanks for your time today.
Hey, anytime, Dr. Duke.
We got two, I think, pretty interesting stories that give us a sense of how the counterculture is working, how the culture is conspiring, in one sense, against our kids. We have the Democrat governor of North Carolina. Boy, I remember the days when North Carolina was known for Mayberry USA and Andy Griffin. Now you've got, even in the South there, you've got Democrat mayors. It's not enough now to celebrate Mother and Father's Day, because that, of course, is discriminatory, mom and dad. So now we've got parents of LGBTQ children now have their own special day of celebration in North Carolina. Talk about the story.
Yeah, that's about it. I have like 15 National Day celebrations I want to throw on the calendar. If people can just throw whatever they want up there. We have North Carolina made a new holiday called Gender Expansive Parents Day. Governor of North Carolina, like you said, Roy Cooper, recently signed a proclamation establishing the day December 6th to honor parents who don't identify as male or female. Like we can't get the kids screwed up enough, let's mess up with the parents' heads now. According to ChristianNews.net, the proclamation came from a Democratic representative, Vernetta Alston, a lesbian who is raising 2 kids with another woman, and she wanted this day to fit parents who don't fit in the Mother or Father's Day typical deal. Here's a problem that I see right off the bat. The person has a certain lifestyle that really is not even science-backed, let alone God-honoring, and so they try to justify what they're doing personally. We see it all the time in pop culture by pushing an agenda because they are living it, even though it completely goes against science in this case.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And of course, she lives that lifestyle, so she wants that recognition. And so the Democrat governor's all over this. How about a special day for, hey, you survived. You survived. You were born into the world and not aborted day. How about that? How about we pick a day and hey, survive. You weren't murdered by your mother in the womb day. You think that would fly in North Carolina?
I don't know if that would fly out there in North Carolina, but it definitely should be there. I want hey, let's take down the New World Order elites day. How about that?
That's another good one.
That is another good one.
Hey, how about the let's actually investigate ballot fraud day? How about that?
There you go.
A good one.
Ballot day. Here's the problem, Dr.
How about you're not allowed to be a president and not wear a mask while signing a masked federal mandate? How about that one?
That's about it. How about take the high wire off the White House, the barbed wire, and make 60,000 troops go to D.C. for something that you say that everyone elected you for, but you need so much backup, and yet you're against cops day. How about that one?
How about let's not let National Guard troops sleep in parking garages day? How about that one?
That would be great.
That'd be a good one, too?
Yeah, with only one electrical outlet, and they have to sleep on the cold cement floor.
Well,
it's crazy.
Red State Rube National Guard guys from Florida and Texas, they had to be oath. How about let's not make the troops swear oaths to the Democrat Party day? How about that one?
Hey, I don't think they want to swear oath because about 80% of them turned their backs when Joe Biden was leaving the White House day.
I'm telling you.
Dr. Duke, we're going to need 87 minutes for this episode, but there is a problem if we bounce back to Roy Cooper and this idiotic Gender Expansive Parents Day here. The problem is Mark Creech of the Christian Action League actually mentions a number of problems with this newly created holiday that I'm not going to honor. It teaches that same-sex marriage and same-sex romance is just moral and healthy like any other romance that's out there when we know that it's not. So use this as a talking tool with your kids. Say, hey, this is the crazy culture we're living in today. Download our Counterculture Mom app. We have parenting tips and tools that parents can lead the conversation with this because there's going to be kids going to school and other classmates are going to be talking, hey, it's this gender expansive day with my parents, and they're going to have big question marks.
But Tina, it's more dangerous than that because already Biden has erased mother and father again, right? So here's my thing. You now have Gender Expansive Day to celebrate the birth of kids with no gender. Do you really think they're going to allow Mother's Day and Father's Day to stay? Mother's Day and Mom and Dad have been eliminated at the federal level. Mother's Day and Father's Day will go too. And now you'll only be left with Gender Expansive Day. After we come back from the break, Tina, let's finish this and talk a little bit more about a movie that may give us some hope anyway. Back with Tina Griffin, Counterculture Mom. Tina, any final words on Roy Cooper in North Carolina helping to eviscerate actual gender?
Yeah, he needs prayer, and I don't know what in the world happened in his background, his life, but we need to start honoring God and not man. It comes to the point where we have to sever from a corrupt government. That's where I'm at right now, and replace these crooks with God-honoring people that want to uphold the Constitution and what our country was founded on. This is ridiculous. Let's get them out and replace them.
Well, we've reached the point in American culture where Disney, which used to be the symbol of wholesome Americana in the 1950s, right? Mickey Mouse ears and banjos, now has become a site about pushing transgenderism, gender confusion, anal and oral sex, all on elementary school kids. But there may be hope. Talk about a new movie about to be released.
Yeah, my jaw hit the ground. I actually had to look at this story a couple times, and it was on my own app, actually. I'm like, no way. Somehow something's wrong with this alert. But it wasn't. Disney actually pumped out something decent called a movie called Safety. And it's a real-life story of Ray McElrath. I can't say his last name. It's like worse than my maiden name. Mick Athelby, a freshman football player who earned a full scholarship to attend Clemson University. It's a really good family-friendly movie, and I'm going to check it out myself to make sure it's actually decent for families to watch and then slip in like a 2-minute scene, because that usually is the case with Disney, if not a 20-minute scene. But here's what goes down in the movie. Ray is struggling to keep his academics and his football college career going. He's an excellent football player, but in the middle of it, he finds out extra pressure. His younger brother, Famar, gives him a bunch of phone calls in a row, finally answers the call, finds out his mom was put into prison for drug possession, and now he's left with 3 choices. He leaves his brother to live with his gangbanger older brother who's into violence and everything else, drug use, puts his brother into foster care, or third option, illegally brings him back to Clemson University to live with him in the dorm. Well, you know which one this guy does. Brings him into his actual university. The people at the dorm and the whole staff, they want to reprimand him, but the town wraps their arms around this story. I don't want to blow what happens in the end, but you got to watch it. It's a great film about family, faith, courage, doing the right thing, and trying to help your family members out, and giving up possibly a big dream is what he has to face for the sake of putting family first.
Ray, earlier this morning, I got her into a 30-day inpatient program.
We'll be placing Famar in foster care.
Can't I just have a family member watch me?
School. Should be getting back to school anyway. I'll be good.
Something in me's awakened.
Wait. I'll take him.
All the naysayers stayed praying that I wouldn't make it.
I had to bring my little brother to live with me on campus.
Had to look inside, find the motivation. May we build bridges and break limits.
Mom's gone. It's just you and me.
Trying to make a better way when the day's finished.
You don't have to do this on your own.
For the future, we winning if they winning. This is our story. I just want to leave a page in it.
If it's as interesting a movie as it seems to be, you can bet somebody in the progressive left is going to call out the movie for making black mothers look bad. You watch.
Oh, man. Well, Dr. Duke, I completely agree, but I'm going to take a slice of hope on this one. I have chills from head to toe watching that trailer. I've been researching pop culture media for 20 years and in Hollywood for 10 to see what's going on behind the scenes. It excites me so much when I see a positive, uplifting movie like what this trailer says and shows. My husband is actually part of Triptych Media, and they're creating positive movies. That is what we have to have back in our country for our families to watch, because it instills hope. It inspires people. When I saw Blindside, Dr. Duke, about 10 years ago, I wanted to adopt a kid off the street. After watching that movie, with COVID and all the chaos in our culture, we need more positives for our families. We need to have movie nights, bring our neighbors over, and share with them what a true, inspiring story looks like, and then do it personally for us in the real world. Who can we help? Which kids can we help? Because the skyrocketing rate of suicide during COVID right now is going up astronomically. So who can we help around us? I can't wait to see this movie.
Well, next week when we talk again, we'll see what your review is.
Absolutely. I just want to let parents know if they can quickly download the Counterculture Mom app. That is key. Download it and make sure you get the premium section. It's $4.99 a month. I have 20 people on there. I don't see a dime of it. This cash goes to pay my 20 people on staff that review Entertainment Weekly. What you saw today were 2 of our alerts, but we actually pump out 30 alerts a week at least on this app, along with trending news and a place for you to inform us if you see dirt in the media that we need to know about. But it's an excellent app. You guys will love it. Counterculture Mom app. Click on the premium section. We'd love to have you on board.
It's time for some real education. Aldous Huxley was an English novelist and a philosopher who wrote dang near 50 books. In his greatest work, Brave New World, published in 1932, he offered a vision of dystopian civilizations that served as an unheeded warning to the West.
Yep, today is the last day in our celebration of the inauguration of Joe Biden with Dystopia Week. How social planners and socialists and godless wonks get together and try to remake human culture in the image of some dystopian utopia that never could be. Nothing would ever go wrong there. Aldous Huxley, of course, gave us Brave New World, one of the great dystopias of the 20th century, warning us about this kind of human overreach, this kind of arrogant socialist sense that we can completely refine and change human nature. We can market it and herd it like we do cattle. We can ride roughshod over the human heart. It's never really worked out very well, but that doesn't mean we're not going to give it 4 more years here. I have a couple of quotes from Aldous Huxley dealing with tyranny that I think are very relevant to the world we inhabit. Here's the first. A really efficient totalitarian state would be one in which the all-powerful executive of political bosses and their army of managers control a population of slaves who do not have to be coerced because they love their servitude. How you reward the Democrat Party for lying, for fake impeachment, for taking a Steele document full of fake peace stories, how you look at the endless, relentless 4 years of trying to undo a legitimate election, how you reward them by giving power to somebody like Joe Biden, tells me we have a completely complacent American public. Then the second quote is also, I think, an interesting one. The propagandist purpose is to make one set of people forget that certain other sets of people are human. Tell me that's not what's happening now. You voted for, this whole show is a testament to this. You voted for Donald Trump, you have to be reprogrammed. Your kids have to be reprogrammed. You voted for Donald Trump, then you support tyranny and oppression and all the things that are coming to you through our big corporate overloads. That's the propagandist's job, to make American citizens believe that all the other citizens who don't believe what they believe are monsters. And hey, Hollywood, that's pretty much all you've done constructive in the last year.
No, we want to take a moment, just one little moment, to show some love to our Patriot Club members. And today we're giving a special shout out to Kyle from Jupiter, Florida. I didn't know Florida had a Jupiter, but Kyle, you live there, so thank you for supporting the show. And if you're a fan of the show, please consider a one-time, tax-deductible donation to support the Patriot Club, and we're going to send you a signature tumbler. It's just beautiful. All you have to do to sign up is visit patriotclub.us. That's patriotclub.us. And we're going to wrap things up today with the most just off-the-wall kind of fun fact of the day. The longest wedding veil was measured at being more than 63 football fields, or just about 23,000 feet. And it was on a bride from Cyprus in 2018, and it was her dream as a child to have the world's longest wedding veil. It cost just 4,000 euros.
Okay, that's going to do it for this show. For Freedom Project, I'm Duke. She's Katie. Until next time, stay educated, my friends.